y'all doing?
Keep the mic
because
close.
I want to make sure that they can hear me. I know y'all can hear me. I know y'all are my allies, and sometimes we have to talk to the choir, right? Because we have to make sure that the choir knows the notes and they stay in key. But I don't want to only talk to the choir. I want FERC to hear me. I want the decision makers to hear me. I want the people who are watching to hear me, because I've traveled many miles to be here, and this is not the first time. And this is not the first time this year. And this is not the first time in a couple of years. I feel like we're here almost every month. Somebody is here in front of FERC talking about the issues that we're facing. And yet they continuously approve these projects. So I want to make sure they're hearing us, because apparently they can't hear us, right? They must have a hearing problem. They must have an eye problem. And as you know, I have many pairs of glasses, so I'm willing to loan them some of my glasses so that they can see well enough to read the letters we've sent, right? We've sent letters, we've signed petitions, we've been out here with signs. So clearly they can't see. So I'm feeling like FERC can't hear and they can't see. So I want to make sure that today they hear us and they see us. I'm here this morning from Southwest Louisiana, a town called Sulphur. Now, I've already stated that apparently FERC can't see and they can't hear, but clearly they can't smell either, because I brought FERC to Southwest Louisiana, and the first thing you smell in my community is rotten eggs. But clearly they couldn't smell that, because after they came to my community and they smelled those rotten eggs and they smelled all the chemicals, they still came back and gave Commonwealth a permit. How could you do that? So clearly they can't hear, they can't see, and they can't smell. But not only that, they must not have any empathy or sympathy, right? Because not only did I bring them to the community to smell these things that I deal with every day, but they met some of my children who have health conditions like asthma and eczema. They met other community members who have cancer, and yet they came back and they approved permits for these facilities in our community. So I've come to the conclusion that if FERC can't see, hear, smell, or have empathy or sympathy, it must not be a person. It must be a machine. It cannot be a human being. There is no way that a fellow human being could approve things that is harming and killing its fellow man. There's no way. There's no way that people are running this machine. That's how I feel. But I know that it's factual that the commission is made up of humans. It's made up of people. It's made up of men and women who have children, who have grandchildren, who live in communities, who have to breathe air, who have to drink water. So since we know that these are human beings, we're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep ensuring that they can hear us, that they can see us. We're going to keep inviting them to our communities to smell what we're smelling, to drink our water, to see what we're dealing with every day. We're going to continue to write letters. We're going to continue to sign petitions. We're going to continue to show up to their meetings. And don't be like me and get upset and walk out of the meetings and get put in a little room on the side and say you're a criminal or something. But we're going to keep interacting with FERC, because believe it or not, even though it seems like we're not winning with FERC, we're winning, because look at how many people are here. I remember when I first came to in front of FERC, there weren't many people out here. The amount of people who care is growing. The amount of people who know about FERC is growing. FERC was getting away with what they were doing because no one knew who they were. No one had ever heard of FERC before. Nobody knows what it even stands for. But because of us, and because we continue to show up, people know what the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission is. Because of us, They are receiving more letters than they can even do anything with. Because of us, the seats in that hearing room are filled and overflowing. So thank you all. Continue to show up. And even though it feels like we're fighting against a machine, we have to keep fighting. We have to keep telling our story. We have to keep inviting them to our communities. We can't give up. They want us to give up. They want us to believe that they are unstoppable. But we know that we are winning. We've had some major wins. Just yesterday, ING announced that they are going to have stricter strongholds on policies for financing these LNG and fossil fuel projects. That is because of us. That is because of the work we're doing. Look at the announcement from Chubb. Look at the fact that they stopped Formosa. We are winning. We just have to keep showing up. Thank you all so much for being on.